13.8 billion years ago, the universe decided to explode out of absolutely nothing. Out came galaxies, stars, and eventually one slightly damp rock we now call Earth. Fast forward a few billion years, single celled organisms turned into fish. Fish crawled out, become apes, and then those apes started asking dumb questions like what happens after death and is there Wi Fi in paradise? And so began the long mass experiment we call human history. The Romans built an empire, roads, and invented the art of stabbing each other in the back, literally and politically. Genghis Khan rode through half the world, proving that paradise for some is just hell for everyone else. The medievals spent centuries arguing about God while dying of the plague. And then came the Enlightenment, where people discovered science, philosophy, and new ways to feel miserable with reason. And now, here we are, modern humans with nuclear weapons, Instagram filters, taxes, and a strange addiction to watching videos of cats pushing things off tables. And yet, after all this, after building empires, discovering atoms, and inventing TikTok, we are still utterly miserable. We hold godly power in our hands. We can split atoms, bring back extinct worlds through bioengineering, and map the entire human genome. But still, we can't cure disease like cancer, malaria, and rabies. We can design rockets to Mars, but can't figure out how to stop doom scrolling at 3 am. We became gods with nuclear weapons, but children with our own emotions. The truth is, we humans are spectacularly ignorant. Whenever someone tries to correct us, or worse, tries to make this world a paradise, we usually repay them by throwing stones. For a very long time, most of us believed the Earth was the center of the universe, known as geocentrism. To be fair, it does look that way if you don't know any better. But plenty of people in history pushed the sun at the center model, known as heliocentrism. One of them was a clever 16th century philosopher named Giordano Bruno. He went further suggesting that stars were distant suns, each with their own planets, an idea that feels obvious now, but in the 1500s, pretty much a deadly wish. The Catholic Church, in its infinite wisdom, celebrated Bruno's genius by lighting a beautiful bonfire and then popped him on top of it. And Bruno was not the only one. For most of history, we humans had a very creative relationship with being wrong. Take medicines, for example. For centuries, we believed disease came from bad air. Yes, just smelly nasty air. This was called the miasma theory. That's why plague doctors wore those nightmare inducing bird masks stuffed with herbs, because obviously lavender in your nose would protect you from the Black Death. When people like Ignaz Willis suggested, hey, maybe just wash your hands before cutting someone open, doctors laughed at him. He was ignored. Result, millions died, until his ideas finally started to make sense. Even now, in the so called modern era, we humans are still the same. We deny climate change while watching glaciers melt in real time. We invented nuclear weapons, powerful enough to turn cities into shadows on the pavement, and then build thousands more, just in case one apocalypse wasn't enough. We carry the entire sum of human knowledge in our pockets, yet somehow use it mostly to argue with strangers, reinvent flat earth theories. We design machines that can land themselves on comets millions of kilometers away, but still fail to give clean water to millions of people right here on Earth. We dream of transforming Mars while we can't even stop destroying the only planet we already have. And yet, for all our progress, we humans are still as miserable as ever. And yet, for all our chaos and ignorance, there's something undeniable about us. We are curious, we are stubbornly smart. We have enough problem today as it is. Just disease and mortality. Gastrians kills about 1.8 million kids a year, and that's to say nothing about cancer, malaria, tuberculosis. But slowly, thanks to our conscientious among us, these are on the run. It is conceivable that one day human will live on a planet free of disease and premature death by the hands of nature. As we relegate these demons to history, we surely also consider the specters of despair, depression, and anxiety and wonder if we might banish them too. Was must be the loveliest word in English. It tells you everything about our ingenuity and compassion. If you look up the smallpox today, often the first two words of the definition will read smallpox was. We humans found the cure of it with time and started using was with it. If things go well as we mature as a species, wars will propagate through encyclopedias. Perhaps centuries from now, children will read of afflictions caused relentlessly in the wonderful past tense. Cancer was a group of disease involving abnormal cell growth with the potential to invade spread to other parts of the body. Malaria was a mosquito-borne infectious disease affecting humans and other animals caused by single-cell microorganism belonging to Alzheimer's disease was a chronic neurodegenerative disease that started slowly and gradually worsened over time. Huntington's disease was an inherited disorder that resulted in death of brain cells. Misery was an emotional state of mental distress, common to humans of all eras and circumstances. Its eradication marked the banishment of existential horrors from the human condition. And maybe then, just maybe then, we might stumble upon the thing we always longed for through empires, crusades, and revolution our paradise.